All right, this one's been anticipated. Welcome back. Got the Purple Hammer Urethane from Brunswick. Remade it. We'll see how similar it is. I promised I wouldn't do a video comparing them, but I do have an old fresh one too that maybe we can throw and see how that goes. We're on about a 40-foot-ish pattern. It does hook a lot on the outsides, I think, so these first few might be pretty hard because if I remember correctly with this ball, you need a little bit of oil to get the ball going down the lane. I thought I had it on the first try. I didn't. All right. Just throwing it a little harder. Typically that doesn't work with this ball, but it's our only option, so. Yeah, when you, like with the urethane, you're kind of playing the first half of the lane. So when you get the speed up, it doesn't really want to do anything down lane. So while it was able to clear the lane and get down there, it didn't hook nearly enough, so it's not exactly ideal. Okay. Try just straightening up the angle a little bit and just keep throwing hard. So, traditional urethane is really good for playing straighter, but there needs to be oil in the front part of the lane, and this does not have that. So I've been somewhat accurate. Been a board on all those shots, but there's just not enough oil to hold it on line. So let's see if we can get it to the gutter. That was a little more purple urethane looking. All right, we got off that arrow. This is where, like, this is like the real one. You can just use speed control here and should be pretty good until you get to maybe 4th, 5th arrow. So these next two should be the ideal based on what I've seen on this pattern so far. Oh my God, yeah. That's a lot of hook. The purple was always a little cleaner than a black urethane, and then just significantly more once it got to the dry part. And that's because the thing about the purple is it's hard like a urethane, but it still has some flexibility, which allows the ball to conform to the lane enough so where it hooks more down lane. All right, I hit the mark, and it's like, with urethane in general, you just want the ball to see the lane early and then kind of just not create a lot of angle down lane. Boy. So, and that's what you used to see out of this ball. Like, once it got to the left to right friction, which there seems to be a lot in this pattern. I actually don't know the pattern, so I'm not 100% sure what is even down there. I know it's 40 feet, that's the only thing I know. But it seems the outside of 10 loads are pretty low. Sending the ball right got it hooking. So like my move off of that is to aim at 12, but I can't do that today. So we'll see. Oh, that was, oh man, like, if you never had one of these, you don't know, but that was pretty good. 3rd arrow, 9th shot. So I feel like the key with just the way this pattern is, at least for this arrow, is to get it to the friction and just let the ball hook. Yeah, pretty good. I've always been a fan of the purple. Kind of disappointed we actually, as a company, bought 20 or 30 of the last ones. I want to say that is the last one we had, and I drilled it right before the US Open. So yeah. All right, another thing you see people do with this is kind of slow hook it. Black urethanes are a little more known for that, but we'll see how this one does. to the head pin. My angle's a little steep. So this is like one of those ones where I want to get there right of the arrow, but I can't be right of the arrow because I have to hit the arrow. We're at 10 shots, by the way. All right, so normally I would move my target right there, but I have to like just move my feet right because I have to stay over the same target. So we're gonna slow it down a touch and move left. Oh man, did you see that thing hook down lane? Find another urethane ball that does that. It's not purple, I'll say that much. All right, now we're on 12th shot, 5th arrow. If you're using a purple hammer to play 5th arrow, you should probably just exit the tournament, league night, whatever you're bowling, because probably shouldn't try this at home. But we're gonna throw it like a two-hander or something. Hope for the best. Really steep to the gutter and slow. Oh man, I did not think this was gonna be so good. Forgot how good this thing was. All right, so just so you know, there's a lot more oil in that part of the lane. And it flared 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 times in the oil. That's how slow that ball was going and how fast it was spinning. Is there a way to like wipe more oil off? Because I've got 2 shots here. All right, I think the first one I'm gonna fade the head pin just because I think I have a better chance to get it there. And then the second one, we'll try to really wheel on it. Oh, there's so much oil in the middle. I hit the mark. I mean, that hooked enough to strike. I just expected that to hook more. A Bowler Depot chamois. Let us know if you want us to sell those on the website. I don't think they're on there yet. All right, slow hook, throat friction. Big wheel is what I think younger kids call it. So I got like super vertical with that. That's 14, so we're not gonna get there. I did not think we would get to this arrow with this ball, to be honest. So like the fact that we got there says enough. Yeah, so I got the ball like spinning sideways too much, which means it was just like a tire on ice. And if you over rotate balls, they do that through the oil. They never see it because there's just too much oil for the friction to take effect on the ball. So it's never gonna start going forward. It's just gonna keep sliding. And then when it sees the friction, it wants to jump. This, on the other hand, it's soft, but it's not that soft, as we've seen with durometer testing. The key is as slow as possible, I think. Oh, and you might want to hit the mark. That's 2 left, that wasn't bad. All right, based on that ball reaction I just saw, I'm gonna go back to fading it. Pattern, I think, is super heavy 10 to 10, and then is sharp down to the last 10 boards. Ah! I am not surprised that I'm really bad at this because, as I mentioned earlier, you should probably never do it. If you had any doubt, is this purple gonna be like the last purple? It is close. And by close, I don't know that you'd be able to tell a difference unless you had 2 identical, fresh, same layout, same pin to pap, same pin to CG, all that stuff. It's super high RG, low diff. Oh, almost forgot I was fading there. Here we go. Well, that's got a chance. Missed too. Oh, I missed right. So this was fun to do. If you expected me to be able to do this and you guys were gonna get a free one of these, thanks for believing in me. Ah! So this is just like the mental game of Specto. Pretty sure in the replay you'll see I plastered the arrows, but I'm supposed to be aiming in front of it. So even if those would have struck, they wouldn't have counted. So I'm actually gonna aim, what is it, 2 arrows left, and 1.5. So we'll go between 30, 1 and 2. Oh, that was like 26. If you never had the old one, don't worry, this one's the same thing. If you had the old one, don't worry, this one's the same thing. That was more what I was trying to do. All right, all we learned here today was don't use the purple hammer, old or new, left a 5th arrow. I struck on 5th arrow though, so like you can use it on 5th arrow. And it's pretty close. Label's bigger, pin's greener. So if you're an aesthetic person, they're different, but same ball. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one.